What the heck is going on, guys? How's everybody today? Welcome back to Basics Beginner Guide, BBG. I am excited for this one. This one's going to be good. Today we are talking about, so again, all this BBG series is for people who are just starting an account or are newer to the game. So this is information that's going to help you. Of course, this will help you if you have a later account too. But either way, let's get into it. Beginner's Guide. So what I want to talk about today mainly is resources that you don't want to spend and a good places to get resources. And by resources today we're going to be talking about power resources. Now, the two main spots you get power in this game are costumes and omega cards. Third being battle badges, kind of, but mostly costumes and omega cards. Battle badges, sorry, I apologize, would include cores as well. So, costumes. They are very expensive to level up. It costs a lot of fodder, a lot of convergium, which is time, convergium essentially. Costumes are actually super hard to get. You get 5 1-stars a day, you get some from training grounds, things like that, but they are a very, very hot commodity. So costumes is something we want to try to avoid dealing with until later game. We want to wait till maybe we're 80, 90, we know the game well, we've watched some content, we know who we want to play, we know what's going on. So with that being said, costumes, we're not dealing with right now, even though they're one of the best sources. Omega cards, another phenomenal source. I encourage you to actively chase 3-star good Omega cards as a new person, as a new player. You want to try to find some attack cards maybe while you're new, some defense pierce cards maybe while you're new, and leave them all at 3-star. You want to just wait, make sure you know who your main is, but you can actively kind of chase cards a little bit. But with that being said, don't really worry about cards. They are the main source of your power. For getting through the beginning of the game, doesn't matter. Alright, let's get into what does matter. Something a lot of people don't want to talk about is how truly important doing your alts is. One, if you're new to the game, this will allow you to understand other characters. Maybe decide you prefer a different character. And it'll also help you understand later game what those characters can do to you. So, green missions are a pain in the butt. They take time, but especially low level, you can just auto them. It's just time with your phone just sitting there on. So, green missions, super important. They're also really easy to do if you do them alongside your purple missions. You'll find that the green missions and the purple missions often line up a lot. The more attention you're paying to your map as well, the more you can see how these things line up. So like, let's say this was my purple mission and I were to have a green mission up over here. I'm going to collect that purple mission first and they'll probably line up. If I have a green mission that's left back here that didn't line up with my purple and my purple has continued, my purple mission, my main mission has continued, I should go back and do that green because that means they're probably not going to line up. Finish the green and then continue. So this is one super, super good way to get gold, to get costumes, badges, all these great things that you're going to need later on, as well as just gold and convergium. So that's number one. The other solid thing that you get from doing alts, which was the main reason I wanted to talk about them, is this section right here called titles. So titles is going to increase your base stats for all your characters. This is for your squad. So that means as this grows, every single character you have is going to get progressively stronger. So by doing your alts and getting these titles, your main character will progressively get stronger without having to invest any actual, what can I call it? Gear, equipment. You're just investing time into doing the missions. And you're also gaining gear, equipment, gold, things like that while you're gaining these titles. And so what I want to highlight, obviously this is a very, very long time away. I understand that, but let's pretend we keep going, we get to the very end, which I am pretty much at on my account. I'm close. So you can see this is almost 2,000 attack, over 2,000 defense, 15,000 HP. And this goes on to all your characters. So by doing your alts and getting these titles, hoo-wee, you're gonna see a lot of power. And this is how early game you can progress your account without spending those valuable resources that you're gonna miss later if you spend them now. All right, let's go into number 2. I'm rambling a little bit here. Sorry, I have a way to keep myself on track. Okay, number 2 that we're gonna talk about is skills. So this one gets a little bit difficult because you do have to reach certain levels. So if you've seen a previous video, I did videos on every character. I did a costume guide. This costume guide will help you understand what skills you probably want to use. There's also lots of content creators who've done builds for every character. I will be doing them eventually in good time. But so for me, I know as Storm, okay, I like this Weather Witch skill. However, I want this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till I hit hero level 46 and I'm going to start plussing this up. This is something that I know that I'm going to use later that doesn't cost resources other than gold. Now it gets expensive, don't get me wrong, so be careful with how carried away you get. But if you know it's your main or someone who you're pretty sure is going to be your main, this is a really good way to invest without getting too stuck. So you can plus up their skills, and worst comes to worst, if you end up changing characters or you don't like them, all you've invested is a little bit of gold. No big deal. Again, I wouldn't invest early. Try to, if you're autoing content or content is very easy for you, you don't have to play it too much. I strongly suggest waiting to plus this up until need be. But this is a really good source to get power without wasting resources. All right, and then I have one more final point that I want to cover. This one sucks, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This one, lame, okay? But awesome resource. It's gonna be the activity log. So personally, I'm not collecting anything right now because I'm saving it for content to show you guys everything that you can get from doing this. So I'm personally not doing it right now, but you can see here, it's gonna be a ton of squad rank up, which I will talk about in a different video, but is important. Lots of costumes, some crystals, some Omega cards like we talked about. And that 5-star Omega card for you is going to be huge. Excuse me. If you can get this early enough and you're committed to doing this, and now it's a pain in the butt, okay, but you're grinding on alts, you make sure you're hitting bosses as you're grinding on alts, you'll easily get through the villain log as you grind through your alts, and just taking that little bit of extra time can be a huge progression in your account without spending resources or money. Again, this is just a little bit of time. So we're looking at this from a free-to-play grinder angle. That's why I was saying grind smarter, not harder. So getting this as early as possible is very, very good. So the other thing I want to talk about now is the resources we want to get a lot of, but save. So, ooh, thank you. Friend request. Yes, please. Sorry, guys. Gotta accept these. This is important right here. Number 1, make sure you get your friends. Alright. So, I lost my train of thought with that. Oh, there's also, this as well. So this is another area where you're going to be able to get a lot of resources. And I just bought myself enough time to bring my train of thought back. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I told you, the YouTube videos, not my strong suit. So what I was saying, resources that you want to make sure that you're accumulating, but saving. So these are good. You can just crunch them in your Sin Particle anytime. I'm saving them for content. However, Convergium. This is a very valuable resource. No matter how much you have, I promise you it's not going to be enough later. So anything that wants Convergium to do it, cores, costumes, crafting. You want to make sure you're really sure that you want to do that. You want to understand what you're doing, know the game, know your character. Don't just spend these like they're going out of style, because I promise you, you will run out. It is such a grind. Costumes. Costume boxes are so valuable. I think that people underrate costume boxes a lot. They're like, oh, it's just food. But what I want to talk about is collection. So by opening those costume boxes on all your characters evenly, clarification, only the ones that are non-regional 1 to 3 star costumes, I guess any non-regional costume, but mainly the 1 to 3 stars. Opening them throughout all your characters evenly and moving them into your storage and then crunching them is a very, very good way to finish out these costume missions. So costume boxes have value in the sense that yes, they're very important. You don't want to eat them unless it's a piece of gear you know you're going to use, or it's for food for a piece of gear you know you're going to use for a long time. But there's also this added value of crystals and these things, which are awesome. I will be doing a video on. And this added value is something that is actually not looked at a lot, I don't find. So just keep that in mind when you're opening your costume boxes. You know, maybe you've opened 50 1-star costume boxes on your Black Widow in the last month because you're a Black Widow main, and you decided, okay, the next month I'm going to open 50 costumes on Iron Man. Even if Black Widow's your main and you're going to put everything back into her, you want to try to do these costume trees. Okay, well, I am at the point in the video where this is about as long as I wanted to go. Of course, I had way more things I wanted to talk about because I'm a rambler. I will be doing a few more videos just talking about basic beginning grinder things, but I hope that this gives you guys an idea of easy ways to get power and progress your account without wasting resources before you really know what you want to do. So as always, please comment down below, tell me what you think, tell me if you agree, disagree, tell me what you guys want to see. You know how it is, comment, like and subscribe as well. I appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the next one of the BBG series.